Coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. The election of Donald Trump is causing people to do something they don't like to do. Talk to their kids. Yeah, that's what they have to do. They got to kind of, let the kids know what's going on. Because, the media has painted Donald Trump as such a horrible guy, and he helped them with a lot of statements that he made. So I get it. In fact, all of us probably should talk to our kids about what this all means. Well, a director by the name of Aaron Sorkin, who did West Wing, he did Newsroom, and he did Moneyball with Brad Pitt. Well, he wrote a letter for Vanity Fair. It's actually a letter he gave his daughters about the election of Donald Trump. And I wanted to share it with you and then give you my comments. Aaron Sorkin says, hey, the world has changed late last night in a way I couldn't protect us from. That's a terrible feeling for a father. That's the way I've been feeling my entire life. It is the first time that a thoroughly incompetent pig with dangerous ideas, a serious psychiatric disorder, no knowledge of the world, and no curiosity to learn has won. Wow, this guy is not a Donald Trump fan. In fact, I think it's safe to say he can't stand Donald Trump. He goes on to talk about people that voted for Donald Trump. It wasn't just Donald Trump who won last night. It was his supporters, too. The Klan won last night. White nationalists, sexist, racists, and buffoons. Angry white men. Wow, that's who won last night? All those people won? God, man, I need to move. I need to get out of here if that's the case. One night, and all of a sudden, we got all these white nationalists, Klansmen, and buffoons running around, huh? Hey, Aaron, I got the feeling that any white nationalists were already here in the country. And contrary to popular belief, like Obama didn't get rid of any of them. In fact, he probably created more of them because they didn't like seeing a black guy be in charge of nothing. They were already here, man. They may be coming out like roaches when the lights come on, but I like knowing who's racist. Speaking of knowing who's racist, Aaron said some things that trouble me. He said Americans and African Americans are shaking in their shoes. And we'd be right to note that many of Donald Trump's fans are not fans of Jews. Question there, Mr. Sorkin, Mr. high-powered screenwriter, director guy. Why would you feel the need to say Americans and black Americans? Now, I would understand if you said white Americans and black Americans and Latino Americans. I do that too, not to leave anybody out. Then I go on with Native Americans and Asian Americans, to get the full spectrum. But when you said Americans, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like saying Americans by default is white guys, white people. And that, I don't know, maybe I'm being picky. Just seems a little racist, little white nationalist, little white supremacist, a little bigoted. The Trumpsters want to see people like us, Jewish coastal elites, educated, socially progressive, Hollywood. ... Sobbing and wailing and talking about moving to Canada. I won't give them that, neither will you. Here's what we'll do, we'll fucking fight. Go ahead, Aaron. You tell them. Instead of talking and critiquing your letter, let me write a letter to my son. Check it out. Dear son, the Democrats, they failed the world. They lied, cheated, stole an election from Bernie Sanders. They colluded with our sellout corporate media to give us Hillary Clinton, probably the worst candidate ever. Now they are crying to their kids about how bad it is. Black folks have had it bad for a long time. We ain't scared of these mothers. If a white nationalist, a skinhead, or one of these racist buffoons puts their hands on you, knock them the hell out. Lovingly, your dad. Stay safe. See, that's what I think about this thing, writing letter thing. Listen, I think we should be careful about labeling all Trump supporters as racist. There's a lot of people who voted for Trump who I don't think are racist. And you know what? I think there's some racists in the Democratic Party too. Just a few of them, Maybe more than a few of them. Coffee.